My name is Justin Quateau, and my Christmas bird count project is called Seattle Skies and Mourning Doves, a weather-wildlife connection. Before I get started into my project, I just want to introduce CBC and NOAA and why does it matter. So this refers to the Christmas Bird Count Project, which is a long-running community science project organized by a National Audubon Society with contributions from agencies like the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. The Christmas Bird Count Project not only raises awareness about bird population trends, but also plays a crucial role in conservation efforts by providing scientists with long-term data to protect species and their habitats. A couple things about this is that it's the longest running bird survey, and as well, it tracks bird populations through volunteers in designated areas, and this is an environmental and climate research, and this guides conservation efforts. So for this project, my research question was, as the years went on, did the number of mourning doves in Seattle increase or decrease? My hypothesis was, as the years went on, the number of mourning doves in Seattle decreased, likely as a result of the environmental changes and declining suitable habitats. The mourning dove is one of the most widespread and recognizable birds in North America, known for its soft, mournful cooing sound and swift, graceful flight. Those are some key characteristics you want to look for in this bird. Now, for the size, this bird's about 9 to 13 inches in length, with a wingspan of 17 to 18 inches, and is a colorful, light brown and grayish tan with black spots on its wing. Now, it has smaller head with a slender body and a long pointed tail with white edges. These mourning doves can be found across North America from southern Canada to Central America. They're adaptive to various environments, including grasslands, forests, urban areas, and farmlands. And the significance and conservation of these birds is they are a popular game bird with millions hunted annually, but these birds remain stable in their population, and they're important for seed dispersal and ecosystem balance. And conservation effort focus on protecting habitats and regulating hunting. Now, for part one, we studied the mourning dove, which was a mood dove, and this was found through the years of 2000 and 2022. And the two places I observed were in Minnesota and Seattle, Washington. And in Minnesota, I found that 3.5 birds were per party hour were observed in 2011, which is the highest out of all years for Minnesota. While in Seattle, the all-time high of 3.5 birds party per hour was observed in 2008. Now, this is my graph of birds per party hour over count year. And, as you can see throughout the years, there was the highest number in 2008, which is 3.5. And then for Minnesota, we found our highest at 3.5 in 2011. And the interesting thing here is there's a lot more birds observed in Washington, but if you compare to the number of observers, there's more observers from Minnesota. And for the part two of NOAA, we honed in on Seattle and the mourning doves rather than both Minnesota and Seattle. And these measurements occurred from January of 2000 all the way to January 2025. And the average temperature during January of these years was about 42 degrees Fahrenheit. And Seattle is known for mostly rainy winters rather than snow. The temperature is a little too high, so you see about 143 inches of precipitation over these years, and the highest amount of rain recorded was 11.21 inches of precipitation in January of 2015. Now, shown below is a line graph, and it shows the average temperature from 2000 to 2025, and there's a small break in the middle right there from 2005 to 2014 because there wasn't any data observed during those years. And comparing precipitation and temperature, so as you can see, there's a scatter plot here below, and this was recorded in January, and pretty much over the years, there was no correlation between the precipitation in Seattle and the average temperature, as shown by a p-value of 1, which is higher than 0.05, showing the non-significance. And when it came to comparing bird abundance to temperature, I did another scatter plot with the trend line. And there is generally a low to moderate correlation between temperature and bird abundance, and that is explained through the R squared value of 0.404. On the other hand, there is comparing bird abundance to precipitation, our other weather condition, and I conduct this analysis using a scatter plot with the trend line, and there is generally a low correlation between precipitation and bird abundance, and this can be explained by the R squared value of 0.18. And in conclusion, there is no correlation between the mourning dove population and the weather conditions of rain or different temperatures during January. And this project has taught me the importance of observing the environment and its impact on our wildlife, along with the ability it gives us to draw conclusions between the two. And this helps us observe our wildlife and their lifestyles. Thank you.